Hey everyone, welcome to Damage Scaling YouTube channel. I'm your host Eddie Wang, and today we're taking on players that say that they can react to Jin wavedash 50/50s because his CD4 is slow and his 443 is slow, and he also makes a sound when he does a CD4, and the animation is seeable, right? Because if you look at Jin's right leg, like some people like to say, you are going to see the CD4 animation. But a lot of people forget one thing. The animation that Jin makes from a crouch dash is similar to a CD4, to a 443, to a 442, to a while standing 1, to a while standing 2, to a while standing 3, and to a while standing 4. So these are 6 moves that come out of a single crouch dash, and even if you look at Jin's right leg, you are still going to get hit by a CD4. So what I'm going to do before I break down all this is going to go back to science a little bit and explain what some people fail to understand. The fastest reaction time recorded from a human being is indeed 15 frames. 15 frames is something that is achievable if you are reacting to only one thing, and this one thing is usually how the tests are made. Let's say when this lamp light is going on, you have to press a button, so your reaction time is going to be to one single thing, so it tends to be faster. But in fighting games, the fastest reaction time that a human being can possibly get is 19 frames. 19, not 18, not 17, not 16, not 15. Why is that? Because your brain can see the moves in between those windows, but it has to recognize what it sees. If your brain doesn't recognize the move that it sees, it won't send the information to your brain in order for you to make the necessary adjustments, for example like blocking low to defend against a CD4. This is how it works. This is how human being works. So in a fighting game, for you to identify a move is going to take you from frame 15 to frame 18 to identify something and send message to the other parts of your body. So for example your hand, and your hand is gonna have to do the reaction thing. A lot of people really fail to understand it and say like, whoa, why is me so fast at reacting, for example to low parries? Why is like Daigo is really good at dealing with people jumping at him, he does a shoryuken? Well, my friends, these people plan ahead. They see what the possible scenario is and they just go preemptively there sometimes, and it's easier to react to something when you can predict what your opponent is going to do next. But if your prediction is wrong, you can just as well get blown up for trying a different read. So back to the CD4 conversation and right legs, right? That people say that you have to look at Jin's right leg. Well, my friends, that's impossible. First, because Jin's wave dash animation is the same as his crouch dash. If you look at Jin's right leg right now, it looks just like he is doing a crouch dash, but he is really just like a CD4, but he's just a crouch dash, and he can just cancel the crouch dash at any point and put the animation of the hell sweep right there, and you won't be able to see where the animation starts, so it's going to trick you to remain standing for long. But Namco is not stupid. It's not really dumb, and they know exactly what they did. especially with Jin's slowest options on CD4 and 443. So you can say that, okay, so I get to commit to a duck because Jin's 443 is seeable, right? But the thing is, he has this, right? And he has this. So you really can't commit to a duck because this is too fast and this is unseeable. But do you know what is the frame of this? This is 19 frames. Can you react to this? Can you react to this? This is 19 frames. This is 23, right? The animation of this is 1 frame slower than this. What guarantees you that you are going to block both at the same time? Nobody. Nobody. So let's say that you don't have to commit to a duck, right? You can only duck whenever you see a CD4. Well, to see a CD4, and Jin can delay this as much, you won't be able to see it without a commitment. So you're gonna have to duck at some point to block a CD4. And there is also some people that say rely on the sound, and the sound is like, as you guys are hearing this, Jin does a sort of a ki when he does a CD4. But listen to this. So let's say if I'm facing someone that reacts to the sound of the CD4, right? I'm going to enjoy fighting this player because I'm going to do this. What I'm saying, what I'm doing. What did I do? What did I do? So a 443 also has the same sound, right? So back forward to 1, CD4, back to 1, all have the same sound. This, all have the same sound. 443 actually has different sounds, but at least 1 in 10 a 443 is going to make the sound of a CD4. At least 1 in 10. So if you are in between those 1 in 10, and this is completely random, let's say that you are someone that base yourself on ducking when you hear this sound, right? And it does a 443 with this same sound. So will you going to duck? Because you base yourself on the sound, so you're going to crush, right? Remember that there is also while standing 2 that also makes the same sound. Sometimes, not always, but there is a chance of 1 in 10 of his while standing 2 also being faster, making the same sound as this. So this is a complete bullshit. No one in the world can react to Jin CD4 through sound, because it's impossible, because there is this and there is this, and then there is this and there is this as well, which will also make the same sound sometimes. So it's literally impossible to react to Jin CD4 through sound. So what people do is they block low first because the CD4 is faster, and then they stand because by the time you see Jin's leg up, it's already too late because the descent is going to be too fast, and you can only see Jin's CD4 or 443, sorry, when the leg is up. Otherwise it's a CD4. Otherwise it's a CD4. So for you to see this leg going up and going down, it's too late because of CD4. So he can mask this in a crouch dash animation. You won't be able to see it. He can delay his CD4. If you base yourself on the legs, for example, he can just mask like the CD4 inside the crouch dash animation. He has this move right here, which also expands his legs. He also has this right here. So these moves are moves that Jin can utilize when he does a wave dash. So saying that you can react to Jin's wavedash options is completely bull. It's completely bull. I don't believe anyone in the world can react to Jin's crouch dash 50-50s just because they are slow. Jin has fast options out of it. He has a down 4. He has down forward 1-4. He has back forward 2-1. He has electric, and the electric is enough to make you block low, because you will want to avoid it, and when you do, man, GG. This happens. Even Book get hit by a 4-4-3, and Book is a reaction god. And he gets hit by one of the slowest moves in the game, which is a 4-4-3. What can guarantee you that you can block a CD4 on reaction? No one can. No one in the world can block a CD4 on reaction. Only against predictable Jins, but the ones that are good at delaying with this, for example, you won't be able to see neither one or the other. You won't be able to see. See this? You won't be able to see these options. So stop telling people that you can react to a CD4 crouch dash. If you are one of these people, stop saying that. It's impossible, because scientifically proven, the human brain takes longer to react to things, and in fighting games is 19 frames onwards, which is 19 frames is at the fastest reaction time that a human being is going to be able to identify whatever was made, process in his brain, and send the information to his arms to do the right action. And this takes time. This takes at least 4 frames to do it in a second. So quickest reaction players are around 19 to 20 to 21 frames. Average people, or the one that comes right after, are from 22 to 25 frames, 26. Then there is those that are below average, which is go from 27 to 29 frames, and then there are the people with bad reaction times that can be improved on, that comes from 30 frames, which is half a second, to whatever, let's say 40 or something like that. So this is scientifically proven, and I have tested this back in MKX, in MK9 specifically, because people would say that they would react to Skarlet overhead, but it's impossible to react to Skarlet overhead, because she has a 13 frame overhead, a 8 frame low, and if you don't block Skarlet low against Skarlet in MK9, you die, because she is going to ride you with a block string that you cannot duck. So people had to duck. It's the same with Jin. If you do not block low to avoid the electrics, then ECD4 is going to pressure you to a wall, and then when you try to duck it, well, GG's. This happens. It happens, believe me. So this is the video for today. Hope you guys enjoy it, and see you guys in the next one.